This video is sponsored by Skillshare. Stick around to find out how you can get 3 months of Skillshare for just 99 cents.
Greetings, and welcome to Earthling Cinema. I am your host, Garrix Wormuloid. This week's artifact is American Psycho, based on the book by Bret Easton Ellis Island, starring weight loss guru Christian Bale. The film takes place in 1989, give or take a millennium. Our protagonist is human investment banker Patrick Batman, and he's got it all. A legally blonde girlfriend, 2 layers of skin, and a brain disease that makes him all murdery. One day, his work friend Jared Letoman gets his driver's license, making Patrick's learner's permit look admittedly pretty f***ing dumb. To bury the hatchet, he invites him over for some rhythm of the night, and buries the hatchet. Patrick leaves a FaceTime audio cover-up and a grossly inaccurate Terminator impression.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Pretty soon, Norman Osborn starts asking questions about Letoman's disappearance from late night, if only to inject some plot. Luckily, he's not really into facts.
People just disappear.
And they leave it at that. Later that night, Patrick asks 2 lovable prostitutes to star in his porno, Chitty Chitty Gang Bang, and wraps production after the big coat hanger scene.
We're not through yet.
When the Hooli CEO gets his license, Patrick hops back on the murder train, but learns that he's gay and stops, since that would be a hate crime. To clear his head, he books the prostitute for a sequel, but totally forgets to tidy up his pad. She's such a neat freak, she leaves without taking her chainsaw, forcing Patrick to throw on some clothes and return it. The next night, Patrick remembers his pin and forgets his cat. When a woman tries to cut in line, Batman tells her to wait in hell. The Fuzz asks what happened, so Patrick shows them. He gives a janitor and security guard some time off, because he's such a nice guy, and then booty calls his lawyer. Whoops! The following morning, Patrick's shocked to find his place spick and spandex, even though his Roomba broke forever ago. The film ends with Patrick running into his lawyer, and an astonishing Pepsi twist is revealed. The lawyer doesn't charge for the hour. American Psycho satirizes consumerist values through its portrayal of Wall Street yuppies, long before Bitcoin became sentient and blew up Guam. For Patrick & Co., meaning comes through what you own, reflecting the philosophy of Herbie Fully Loaded Marcuse. In his book, One Dimensional Man, he writes, people recognize themselves in their commodities, in their automobile, hi-fi set, split-level home, and kitchen equipment. Personally, I recognize myself in my space jacuzzi. The film lampoons the trivial pursuit of status when Batman and his colleagues compare business cards. To the casual observer, they're all Comic Sans, but in Patrick's world, this becomes a tense power struggle over the slightest distinctions.
Look at that subtle off-white coloring, the tasteful thickness of it.
Patrick, you're sweating.
Similarly, the traders have become indistinguishable from each other. I mean, they're all mammals to me. And beneath the flashy exterior, there's no substance.
I simply am not there.
The film comments on humans' preoccupation with looking mighty fine, often on Instagram-y. People are so obsessed with Batman's superficial qualities that they fail to notice he's gotten a haircut.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
Great tan, Marcus. I mean, really impressive.
When Lewis sees Batman struggling with a suspicious bag, all he cares about is who designed it.
Where did you get that overnight bag?
The cost of his sheets is more important than the fact that they are clearly covered in cranberry juice.
I can only get these sheets in Santa Fe. These are very expensive sheets.
Using visual imagery, the film draws a connection between Patrick's violent tendencies and his material girlism. What appears to be droplets of blood turns out to be a supremely decadent sauce called Sriracha Cha. Batman's call for dinner reservations is juxtaposed with some pretty hardcore pornography, although I've seen worse. When we see Batman's victims hanging in the closet like Valentino suits, we realize that to him, human beings have been reduced to mere commodities and a bold fashion statement. As Patrick's behavior grows more erratic, we begin to wonder how much of this documentary is real. When he visits Letoman's apartment, rather than encountering bodies and blood-soaked walls, he meets only a realtor and a crazy low asking price. And his lawyer appears to contradict his confession.
I killed Paul Allen.
That's simply not possible.
Why isn't it possible?
Because I had dinner with Paul Allen twice in London, just 10 days ago.
These disparities could suggest Batman's world is so jaded towards money, a realtor would whitewash a murder house to get a good Zillow. It could also suggest Batman's story is a fantasy, a warning that in such a culture, The potential for maniacal violence could lurk inside any of us. Any of us. For Earthling Cinema, I'm Garrix Wormuloid. It's hip to be squared.
Hey Wisecrack, Garrix's intern Jared here. Much like Patrick Bateman, we here at Wisecrack believe in taking care of ourselves. Although that's where the similarities end. And what better way to take care of yourself than by learning some new skills to help advance your hobby or career? Check out Skillshare to find out how. Skillshare is an online learning community offering more than 18,000 courses in dozens of subjects. Want to learn how to design a business card that will put Paul Allen's to shame? Or how to mix your music to give it that sheen of consummate professionalism? Then Skillshare is the place for you. Members get access to expert-led classes in business, entrepreneurship, finance, data science, gaming, and more, all for less than $10 a month. And to save even more money, you can get your first 3 months of Skillshare for just 99 cents now through the end of January. Click on the link in the description, skl.sh/earthling99, to get this special discounted rate and pick up some sweet new skills. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and ring that bell to keep up with all our latest releases. We've got tons more coming, including videos on Nier Automata, Rick and Morty, BoJack Horseman, Captain America Civil War, and more. And as always, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you at Dorsia. Peace.